Yes, Hedgy, come in.
He was trembling under the table, terrified of everything and everyone, a Pitbull puppy who had known nothing but fear and loneliness. But when my son Mason walked into the room, something impossible happened. The scared, broken dog lifted his head, and in that single moment, everything changed forever. His name was Hedgy, and we found him at a rescue shelter that specialized in difficult cases. I'd been looking for weeks, meeting dozens of dogs. None of them felt right. Then I walked past Hedgy's kennel and stopped cold. He wasn't jumping at the gate like the other dogs. He was sitting in the back corner, pressed against the wall, shaking. The shelter volunteer told me his story. He'd been rescued from a neglect situation, spent his entire puppyhood isolated, underfed and scared. He didn't trust people. He flinched at sudden movements. Most people walked right past him. Who wants a damaged dog? A pit bull with behavioral issues? But something about Hedgy called to me. Maybe it was the way he looked at me. Not with aggression, but with desperate hope. Like he was silently begging for someone to give him a chance. I brought Mason to meet him the next day. My son was 11 years old, quiet and thoughtful. When Hedgy saw Mason, something shifted. He stopped shaking, his ears perked up slightly, and Mason, without any prompting, sat down on the floor and just waited. He didn't try to pet Hedgy or call him over. He just sat there, patient and calm. After 10 minutes, Hedgy took one small step forward, then another. Then he walked right up to Mason and pressed his head against my son's knee. Mason looked up at me with tears in his eyes and said, "Dad, this is him. This is our dog." The first night home was rough. Hedgy hid under the dining room table and refused to come out. He wouldn't eat, wouldn't drink water. We decided to give him space, let him adjust on his own timeline. But Mason had other ideas. "Can I take him to bed with me?" he asked. Before I could answer, he was already on the floor, gently coaxing Hedgy out from under the table. And somehow, impossibly, Hedgy followed him. That night, they slept together, a scared rescue pit bull and a quiet boy who'd found each other. The next morning, everything was different. Hedgy wouldn't leave Mason's side. He followed him to breakfast, sat at his feet while he ate, walked with him everywhere. It was like he decided Mason was his person and nothing would separate them. Mason took on every responsibility without being asked. He fed Hedgy, walked him, trained him. He researched dog behavior online, learned hand signals, practiced commands for hours. He'd wake up early before school to spend extra time with Hedgy. He'd rush home on the bus, excited to see his best friend waiting at the door. Hedgy learned fast. Within weeks, he could bow on command, ring a bell when he wanted to go outside, even whisper instead of barking when asked. Mason was so patient with him, never frustrated, never harsh, just constant, gentle encouragement. And Hedgy responded like a dog who'd finally found someone worth trusting. But then we discovered Hedgy's medical condition. He has megaesophagus, a disorder that prevents food from reaching his stomach normally. If he eats lying down, the food just sits in his esophagus and can cause serious complications. He needs to eat sitting upright, using gravity to help the food travel down. At first, we fed him by hand, holding him in a sitting position. Some veterinarians suggested euthanasia. "It's not a life worth living," one told us. "It's more humane to let him go." I was devastated, but Mason refused to even consider it. "He's happy, Dad," Mason said. "He's not suffering. He just eats differently than other dogs. That doesn't mean he doesn't deserve to live." So we built Hedgy, a special feeding chair. It looks like a high chair for dogs, designed to keep him upright while he eats. And Hedgy loves it. He hops right in, eats his meal peacefully, and stays there for 20 minutes afterward. The bond between Mason and Hedgy only deepened. They're inseparable now. Hedgy waits at the door every day when Mason comes home from school. He sleeps in Mason's bed every night, sprawled across most of the mattress, leaving Mason crammed into a tiny corner. But Mason never complains. He just smiles and makes room. Mason has a t-shirt that says, "I miss my dog," that he wears constantly, even when Hedgy is just in the next room. "I can't help it," he says. "I always want to be near him." And Hedgy feels the same way. If Mason leaves for more than a few hours, Hedgy sits by the door, waiting, refusing to relax until his boy comes home. People ask me all the time what I've learned from watching them together. And the answer is simple. Love doesn't require perfection. Hedgy isn't a perfect dog. He has medical issues, he takes up the whole bed, he requires extra care. But none of that matters, because he and Mason chose each other, and that choice created something beautiful. This isn't just a story about a rescue dog. It's a story about a friendship that needs no words but has everything: loyalty, trust, patience, and unconditional love. Watching Mason and Hedgy together reminds me every day that the best relationships in life are the ones we're willing to fight for, even when everyone else says it's not worth it. If this story made you smile, don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow for more heartwarming stories. Thanks for watching.